BBC Essex.
BBC Essex, it is 21 minutes past 5 o'clock. Let's update you on a story that we featured on the breakfast programme this morning. The family of a Chelnsford 2-year-old who suffers from a rare blood disorder have been to Downing Street today to call for a drug to be made available on the NHS. Now, Indy Smith fell ill just before her first birthday. The condition affects only around 150 people in the UK. Now, currently, she's getting a drug and is reacting well to it. It's part of a 2-year trial, but it's not available yet on the NHS. Well, Indy, who's fast asleep at the moment, along with her mum Claire and dad Gavin, join me in the studio now. It's obviously been a busy day for Indy. How have you two been today?
It's not been too bad, yeah, it's been a long day. Just took it out on Indy. But, yeah, we took the petition today for Lord Howe. We're hoping Lord Howe will reverse his decision and make the drug available for everyone suffering with AHUS. Because there's a lot of people that are not on it like Indy and are on dialysis, which is just it's no quality of life for them.
When you were up in Downing Street today, did you get the feeling that people were listening, people were taking you seriously?
We've had a lot of following, yeah. We're getting a good public backing, yep. There was people there getting behind us, so hopefully we can keep the momentum going and get a good following.
Just for people that missed it this morning, this condition it's incredibly rare, isn't it? Tell us more about what it is and the problems it causes.
It's a blood disorder she's got. It's very rare, and it affects mainly affects her kidneys as well as other organs. So she had kidney failure.
And the drug that she's been on, this new. Is it wrong to call it experimental? It's very new, though, isn't it?
It's been researched. The government set up a committee to research it for 2 years, Agnes, and they've looked into it for 2 years. They were happy with it. We thought she was going to get it in January, but Lord Howe has overruled it, and he's putting it to another committee, which they're not even going to look at it till December, and that'll probably take another year. So that's 2-3 years before people are going to get it.
And it's actually available for a different illness, a similar one to AHUS. So it's not as if they don't know the effects of it. They know it's safe to give.
So it's already prescribed for a different condition?
Yeah, on the NHS too, but they're just not giving it to us, which seems a bit unfair to me. Which
does seem odd, considering it is such a small pool of patients that it would help. Mm. The difference it made to Indy, can you describe what that was like?
Well, yeah, but when she was on dialysis, she was in the bed every day. She couldn't do anything. We couldn't bath her. The quality of life was horrible. But as soon as she was on the drug, within 2 weeks, it turned her life around. We was taking her out, and like when she's dressed and that, and we're out and about, you wouldn't know there was anything wrong with her, to be honest.
Really, within 2 weeks, it made that much of a difference?
It was within 2 days, really, wasn't it? But then we were home within 2 weeks and back to, leading our life like any other family.
Yeah, we're only at hospital. We go to Great Ormond Street every other week, so she's there for one whole day, rather than 5-6 times a day.
But once it's available on the NHS, it will actually be able to be given to her at home, so it wouldn't mean going to hospital at all. So
we've done stories in the past about cancer drugs that could help and all the rest of it, and the cost of this is enormous. In fact, I think you could almost fund a couple of doctors for the cost of what it would do for a year. And in a time of stretched budgets, can you see the predicament the NHS is in at all?
You can, but I can't see how you can put a price on like a young girl's life. That doesn't make sense to me.
Is there any other form of treatment? Anything else?
There's plasma exchange, where they take the blood out, clean it, and replace it, but that actually would cost more in the long run. So
that would be more expensive.
That would be more expensive. Over the year, that would cost roughly around 400,000. So it just don't make any sense to me.
The long-term effects of this, if Indy wasn't being treated at all, this is a potentially fatal condition, isn't it?
She wouldn't be here if she wasn't being treated with anything. She would have, she wouldn't have made it through the first few days. And there's many patients out there that haven't made it and won't make it if this drug doesn't become available soon. So,
and the fact it's a rare condition that can't help matters, because hardly anyone's heard of it. Hardly anyone knows anyone that's suffered from it.
Exactly.
That's probably got a lot to do with their decision as well, because, like you say, no one's heard of it, so it doesn't it's not in the mainstream, it doesn't affect people.
Difficult getting a big pressure group together if there's only 150 sufferers, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
But with only 150 sufferers, we've actually had an e-petition running with nearly 7,000 votes already. The paper petition we took today had 3,000 signatures, with more to come. So I don't think that's bad, considering there's only 150 people with this in England. So
it's getting a good backing.
Yeah, everyone obviously agrees with us for us to have that amount of backing. So
now the course that she's on at the moment, I think it's got till October.
October is when it finishes.
Have you at all had the conversation about what life's going to be like if it's not extended?
No, we haven't got to that.
No, we try not to talk about it.
No,
we just hope that he'll do the right thing, show a bit of compassion, and reverse his decision. Let us have this medicine, because it's a miracle drug. That's what I call it.
I've been reading the comments of a kidney specialist who says it's like a magic bullet.
It is.
And
it is.
Presumably there are very few side effects or consequences.
We've not come across any side effects at all. I know some patients have been allergic to it, which is unfortunate, but no, in the majority of cases there's no side effects.
And it's a condition that can affect all ages, all types of people. Mm-hmm. You must have come across sufferers and stories from around the country in this fight as well.
Yeah. Today there was a lady that only found out, she's in her 60s, and only found out a couple of years ago that she was, had AHUS. She's currently on dialysis, waiting for a kidney transplant, so she's really hoping that she'll be able to one day have this amazing drug.
And would a kidney transplant be at all an option for Indy?
If it come to that, if we don't get the drug and she went onto the plasma exchange, eventually she may need a kidney, but the kidney wouldn't work because, the disorder's in her blood, not the kidney, so it would attack a new kidney. But with the drug, it will make it work. And
again, the question of cost comes in as well. You think of the cost of a kidney transplant and all the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
where does the fight go from here now? You've been to the top, you've been to Downing Street. Where do you go from here?
We're on mainstream telly, which should be on Sky Thursday, so we're getting it to a wider audience. So we're just going to keep
on with the e-petition. We need another 3,000 signatures on that by the end of the month to push that further. We need 100,000 by August, I believe.
Is this one of those that if you get it high enough you can trigger a debate and all the rest of it?
Yeah, so we just keep fighting. That's all we can do, is keep fighting.
And what sort of backing have you had from campaign groups, from politicians? Have you had any, or are you doing it all by yourself?
No, we're doing it all by ourselves, really. We're fundraising as well, aren't we?
We've got a support group, AHUS UK. They've been brilliant. They're the ones that have done most of the hard work, and we're just, doing everything we can to support them.
Doing our own thing, really, as well.
Yeah, we've been fundraising just in case nothing happens and we have to fund it ourselves.
Not that we could raise it.
No, not
£250,000 or so, isn't it? That's an awful lot. I think if we could all raise that, we wouldn't be working, would we? No. Where's the petition if people want to find out more?
You can find it on Indy's website, www.helpindy.co.uk, and there's a link on there to AHUS and the e-petition.
And Indy is INDIE, isn't it? So helpindy.co.uk was that? Yeah. Good luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
Because she's been a fabulously quiet little girl. People probably don't even believe she's in the studio. But I think today's absolutely worn her out. It's probably been quite an adventure for her. And thank you again for coming in and seeing us. And we wish you the best of luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
That's Claire and Gavin and a very silent Indy Smith sitting there as well. They've been up to Downing Street today to take the fight for this drug to be made available for this condition on the NHS. As we heard, it's an expensive drug, but one specialist describing it as a magic bullet, an absolute miracle cure.